Welcome back to Birth Me Code. We're officially in uncharted territory. We gotta get back to this puzzle, which is where we left off last video. The demo left off right before this puzzle. So, the clue, imprison within me. Oops. Now, these A's? That's one thing I'm not sure about, if these are A's or R's. We don't have an O anyway, so we can't literally spell out imprison. But we can. Oops, I need to flip these around. We're creating a prison. Oops, we need to flip you around. Me of me. I feel like... Yep, that's it. There might have been a secret optional part to solving that one, but metastasis. Now there's one part that if we get to, I'll have to cut the video off, since this is going to go up before the actual release date. There is an embargo on it. Okay, let's continue. As the puzzle was solved, a small click was heard from the double doors. Cora decided to go forward on her own, huh? Sorry, but we don't have a lot of time, so I thought... I believe the better idea constitutes proper thanks for opening the aperture leading to our destination. No problem, Gula. Precisely about that. We have finished constructing a secondary nickname to better communicate between ourselves. Oh, that's why Ira called us Cora. That's our nickname. You gave us a nickname without even consulting us. We have finished constructing a secondary nickname to better communicate between ourselves. I proposed Ula for mine, and it was unanimously accepted as my new designation. Don't be ridiculous. Nobody would oppose that kind of thing. Vidi works for me, so I'm going with that. And I'm Triss now, which is shorter and better. Like me. Judging by your shape, it should have just been Tit. Oh, hey now. Bia for me. Okay. Right back at you, biatch. As was second nature to her, Superbia flipped the bird. He already said Lux earlier. I think it sounds cute. I agree. No nickname here. I was short already. Yeah, short for irrelevant. Ira's fist closed tighter. Hey now. Superbia wasn't making any friends so far. Shocked. I guess you guys picked Cora for me, then. Any objections? Not really. It's fine, too. My nickname will be Ava from now on. What are we waiting for? Let's go to the Crossroads. With the doors opened, with the doors unlocked, the group could enter the Crossroads. In reality, it didn't look like much. Oh. The side hallways were just long enough to access some bathrooms and half of both sides of the lounging spots surrounding the elevated middle area. Metal plates blocked any attempt to go further down either hall. There were 2 staircases going up higher into the middle of the crossroads. From afar, the 8 of them could see there was a large black wall in place there, but not much else. Everything else was normal. Benches were scattered around, the structure was normal, except for the metal plates covering large parts of broken walls and ceilings, as well as the debris laying around. Everything was normal. A loud clank echoed from behind. Superbia fell down on her ass, screaming some profanities. Are you okay? Interesting that he'd be the one to ask, given how Superbia treated him just before. Either way, there can't be any harm checking up on them. Maybe? Looking around, Ancora noticed Luxuria wasn't staring at the happenings, but at her instead. Not too far off, Invidia had his arms crossed, deep in thought. Presented with those options, Ancora... Let's talk with Lux. The others uneasily stared at the event, unwilling to lend a hand. Ancora was in much of the same boat, and so was Luxuria right next to her. I think she hit a rabbit ear on the doorframe. Sounds bad. I guess she'll have to be careful due to her height. It's not a problem for us, huh? That makes me think. Your helmet is strange. Huh? In what way? It's the same helmet that the girl who died had. Eh? Is there supposed to be 2 bear helmets? Maybe it wasn't a bear. Plus, there are many types of bears. Right, maybe a panda helmet. Oh. Speaking of which, panda. She thought about it for a few moments. And Cor was also thinking about it. A panda helmet? They were all gray, so there was no way to differentiate them. Remember that list of names, and how there was Pandora on it too? That was the 9th name. So you're telling me Pandora is the one who died? Do you think so? Maybe. I don't know now, but maybe. Interesting. By this point, Superbia had recovered and joined them all. Interrupted in their talk, and Cora and Luxuria moved alongside the group again. Once Superbia had rejoined the group, the helmet shut down. By now, everyone was getting used to this. It meant me was going to talk to them again. So we had to be intentionally... Did we know what was going to happen to the 9th girl? The original Ancora. We could only assume, given by the fact that we're Pandora. Interesting. It had to have been... I don't know what to make of that. I feel like it had to have been planned to kill off the 9th person, but... to have the same helmet... it's interesting. 66%. Very trusting. I wonder if we're... some kind of story jump. We'll meet our 9th person. This feels extremely slow, but it's all necessary information I have to communicate to them. Thankfully, I only have to do all of this once. Greetings once more. Make absolutely sure all of you listen closely, because this recording is the most important recording you will hear in what's left of your life. Remember, kill me? The game we're playing in which you have to kill me? I've decided to leave you a way to decide who gets to die. You know, like a democracy. To vote, it's really easy. You just need one of those key cards. One per person. Be sure to keep the key cards after you vote, because you'll need them later. From now on, I will refer to those as me cards. At this moment, you should have 6 in your possession, but you'll need 9 to operate the consoles for the first time. And you must use up 39, which you can find in this school, what remains of it anyway. 9 to start. Curious. So 9, 8, 7, 6, then 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4. Brings us to 39. Interesting. To round out your amount to 9, you'll have to search around a little. For each subsequent round, you'll need as many me cards as there are survivors. For example, if 4 of you died, you will need 5 me cards. Of course, you could just kill each other without getting the me cards, but you still need to discard 39 of them. Within the middle of the voting apparatus, where everyone surrenders their right to live. You'll be allowed to leave once all 39 me cards are discarded, provided you already killed me. Ah, that's part 1. Part 2 is doing all of the voting. Let's recapitulate, shall we? 1. Get those 39 me cards. 2. Kill each other by voting, and discard the me cards in the middle. 3. You're free to go when you've done that, and if you killed me. No matter what you do, you absolutely must have at least 2 voting sessions. They are required, as they will unlock the next 2 sectors, in which are the other me cards. Oh, one last thing. In the event that someone miraculously dies, a vote will be skipped. That's right, each death removes the need to have a vote for the hour, which is fantastic for the 3 among you who won't need to surrender their right to live. Otherwise, if no one died by the end of each hour slice, everyone surrenders their right to live. Did you all understand this? Instant kaboom for everyone. I like this pose. I like that pose, I'm not gonna lie. I'll see you later. You get to die, and you get to die, and you get to die. Well, this is a little awkward now. And what did she mean by kaboom? Some of us will die and some of us will live. If we fail, there might be a bomb somewhere to blow this place sky high. Are you sure we should just do what this me person says? Like, fuck him, right? We should just try and figure out who this mastermind is as soon as possible. Luxuria, Gula, Tristia, Avaricia, Ira, Invidia, Superbia. These are all the old ways to refer to the 7 deadly sins. I don't know what an Ancora is, though. It doesn't really mean anything because it could easily have just been because Pandora ran out of sins to name us after. Justicia paused, as though he just interrupted himself since saying something. Something also bothers me. Someone died, so is our limit extended to 2 hours? And should we determine who died too? Your nickname. And mine too. All of these strange names are familiar. We're all part of my emptiness, aren't we? That's what we had to figure out. The mood turned even colder as Invidia explained his thought. According to the list of names we found in our room, which I heard others found too, my emptiness is composed of 9 members. It's a group that I recall vaguely, and all of you should too, because all of your names appear on the list. In short, we're not just part of it, we are my emptiness. Oh. Yeah. I know about that. You're all a part of that? Sounds very dangerous. So what if we're part of it? Your name is on there too. Don't try to sass us, little girl. I wasn't trying to do that, Ava, I swear. I just didn't know this was the group I joined. Anonymous group? It was advertised as being a group where you could make all your secret dreams come true. Oh. Boldly lied, Lux. The truth is that you're a part of it too, and denying it won't change that fact. But she's not wrong. To make it in, you have to be someone very unscrupulous. Oh. Instead of just passing it off as, I just joined, I didn't know anything about it, it's you have to be a certain type of person to be accepted in. Hence all of the sins we've committed. Anyway, from what I'm seeing here, I wasn't the only one who didn't know who else was in it. Pandora always gave us tasks separately, huh? Pandora is the leader's name, right? I remember that much. He or she purposely left us all in the dark. That's ironic because without the goggles inside of their helmets, they would literally not see a thing. I did know about all your nicknames, even if I didn't know what you looked like. It's a list on the website, huh? I made it myself. It's the one on thesinemptiness.com. And Cora wasn't added yet when I last remember updating the website. Huh? And why would she not be added to the list yet? Because I was the last one who came in. I've been in my emptiness for a week, I think. Interestingly enough, that means out of all of us, you're probably the only one without a crime, huh? Unless you did something in that week. Who knows? It's probably best not to dwell on the crimes just yet. At least we've established where we all stand now, so all 8 of us can go on. Hold up, cowboy. Something doesn't add up. With Cora, list of names is 9 long. Is there a problem with that? We were 9 just now, weren't we? Yes, we were 9. Who died? She never said her name. All of them looked at each other in turns. Who are you? Who are you? So that's it then. Pandora is already dead. I don't think it's nice to rejoice, but if she's gone, then we won? No, I don't think so. The one who died is definitely an innocent. Huh? Innocent of the crime of being Pandora, at least. What makes you say that all of a sudden? Would the mastermind behind all of this go through all of this trouble, then just let themselves die? I don't think it's going to be this easy. It sounds more like a trap to me. I think the most likely outcome is that Pandora is one of us who assumed someone else's name. You can't remember much about yourselves, right? So that's it. Pandora is still among us. Luxuria and Gula looked at each other. The mood fell again, a longer silence installing itself among them all. The primary reason was simple. They once again didn't know who they could trust. So what then? The one who died already might still be Pandora. Big deal, let's just spend the May cards and leave, we already won. Nvidia lifted a finger to call on silence again. However, Gula disregarded it and walked nearer to him. Her bust and attire were definitely intimidating him. I am in complete agreement with the Lagomorph. The third participant in our beginning position never ensured her designation was known, and remaining immobile serves us negatively. But Trista's right about that. Anybody else could have said there's someone else. I haven't personally met any of you in the past, so it's not like I could put a name to anyone. Regardless of our conundrum, cannot afford to remain still. However, I do agree Pandora's methods were unequivocally secretive on purpose. None has the knowledge of their appearance. So, either Pandora died in the room, or someone among us is totally Pandora using someone else's name. Ever heard of Occam's razor? The simplest. It says that the most likely scenario is probably right. Since that girl died, at least we've got another hour to figure that out before we need to take a vote. Everyone seemed to be on board with that idea, and Cora felt a shiver run down her spine. Things are getting dicey. Someone needs to be made suspicious, if at least for insurance. They want to get the mastermind, but that can be used. They can be manipulated to vote for the traitor. My target. Take their minds off that business for at least a moment, and Cora called everyone over to a nearby floor plan which showed the full accessible area of the school. Oh wow. You are here. Okay, I think I see the area where we came from, so to speak. Hey, look! At least you all remember what this school looks like, right? The plans are different than usual. You're right. Normally it shows the full school, but here it only shows about a quarter of it. Specifically, that's Wing A, the one with the classrooms. Do you think that means this area is the only one that's accessible at all? Let's split up and cover some ground. We have to see exactly what we can reach for now. Makes sense to you? Very well. I will take my leave with Lux. I'd like to head with Bia. I mean, it's not like we have to group up, but... Uh-oh. Bia shot him a glance. If her helmet was off, it was clear she'd be looking upon him with the greatest disgust. Whatever, I'm fine with it. Peace out, losers. The rabbit and the lion left together for another corner of the crossroads. The horse and the pig left together as well. And Cora was about to leave too when Invidia grabbed her by the wrist. Listen, just be careful. I trust you, but others might not. I feel like you might be the first targeted by the vote, so... You should probably try and talk to them. Okay, but I'm really not Pandora, even if our names are similar. I don't know how much that's worth, but for some people it's much easier to lie than for others. After that, Invidia let go of Ancora and the girl set off. She didn't go too far, still wondering about the possibilities presented to her, stopping to think about them. This is just like when I first booted this helmet. I can hack into the other helmets in order to obtain information when they split up like this. By hacking their models, I can see and hear exactly what the cameras lining on their helmets see and hear as well. That way I can gather information to manipulate them. Based on what I learn and who trusts, it'll vary the options presented with each vote. Still, the goal of this operation is to figure out who the traitor is in the group. They might want to figure out the mastermind, but what I want them to do is to kill the traitor for me instead. One of them is a traitor to my emptiness, and they've joined it in order to sell me out. I have to figure out who it is and kill them while masquerading it as the mastermind's death. Another problem. Hacking a helmet will probably present me with a puzzle I have to solve just like earlier. This is all thanks to you, idiot programming friend. I guess they're a bit like passwords, which seems fair enough. The only person who can compute this stuff fast enough among all of us is me, so it creates a barrier of entry none of the others can deal with. After my hack, my vision will be replaced with the other person's, so I have to be careful about it. Finding herself an empty and quiet corner, Ancora sat down to rest a little. She was nervous. Given what she was going through, it was no wonder. I don't have a lot of choices. They all left in groups of 2 except for Nvidia. And hacking someone who's alone isn't really that interesting. I'd hack just about anyone I want, but I can't. There's the frequency to think about too. In order to avoid exterior interference, helmets randomly switch frequencies. If that frequency doesn't match this helmet during the moment I've got some time for it, there's nothing to do. Hacking them is impossible. At the moment, matching frequencies include Ira, Avaricia, and Luxurious helmets. For now, I'll be hacking. Ooh. Where's our trust at right now? We got some trust with Avaricia. Luxuria left with Gula. Avaricia, Ira. Let's hack Avaricia. Alright. Curious if the puzzle's gonna be the same. Sort! Okay. Two. I mean, this seems easy enough. Error. Aha, okay. Sort in groups. False. I'm gonna think of what else we could do here. Yes. Thought it was odd how some of these second digits matched. Thought there might be some sort of sort where we have to like pair up digits. 2 goes to 2. Pair up like the ending digit with the starting digit of the next number. But this works too. We need to actually sort. Group by ending digit. Sort by ascending. Is that it? False. Alright, fine. In group of 3 shares a specific trait. Okay. The trait I thought they said they shared. 969. I thought we were. No? They share a specific trait. Gonna say, I thought I... 2, 4... Sort by first digit and last digit? Yeah, there we go, okay. So I had the grouping right. I just had to actually sort the groups also. Alright, that was clever. Mimetic. Alright, processing. Evaluating frequencies. So the point we have to stop on is not here yet, I don't think. You have the me card still, don't you? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. I have no idea where I'll find one here. Avaricia and Tristia were together, as expected. They were talking about the me cards their group had found. Tristitia got one of them, by deductive process. Ivra had the other. Yeah, I still got it. Wouldn't let go of it in a million years now that I know what it's used for. I hope so. Otherwise we won't be able to vote. Maybe the other teams will have found extras too. I don't think we should count on the other groups. I'm not saying we can't trust them, but I don't think they'll be too much use. I wonder how the voting will work, though. The two of them were near the middle of the area, next to a giant black cylinder from floor to ceiling. Tristitia and Avaricia examined the material closely, with the boy also pushing against it with his hands. Whatever it is we have to do won't be in here, I bet. Look around this wall. It's completely flat and entirely unremarkable, but there are consoles on the sides. Seems you can fit cards in there. I guess this is where we'll put those key cards then. I think the bomb is in here, but these 9 slots are just to free it. Bomb? It's a very precise guess. You're sure you're not involved with any of this? Avaricia averted her gaze, turning her head to the side as if she didn't want to answer this. No, don't be stupid now. If I organized something like this, I wouldn't put myself in danger. But you're a teacher in this school, right? You didn't look surprised to see your surroundings. You must be familiar with this place, much like the others and I all were. Tristitia smoothly deflected the topic to another one. I guess. I think we were in Wing A before. This is probably the school we all go to. Since you're so knowledgeable about it, you're most definitely a teacher here too. Okay. Any other topic? She still wasn't happy with the current one. Ever since her introduction, it was clear she didn't like being reminded of her more advanced age. I've been wondering, how did you even get into my emptiness? As far as I know, only students were allowed by Pandora. Tristitia is the one with the online list, so he most likely knows a lot about my emptiness. Maybe he's the one I have to look for. The one that needs to be killed. Also, Avaricia is curious. Did you use your position as teacher as leverage? Are you asking because you want to know my crime? The horse-themed guy brushed the back of his head with his hand, not knowing how to tackle the question. You're sharp. Maybe it wasn't that thickly veiled anyway. But I had 2 reasons for that, so listen to me before thinking badly of me. I just don't know who to vote for yet. I mean, there's Cora. She's suspicious, but that's just because of her nickname. Everyone has the name of a deadly sin in Latin, but Pandora is Greek, and so is Ancora. It means anchor, or hope, I guess, in a more figurative sense. Hope, huh? Yeah, that's exactly it. Oh, that's why the bonus answer to the puzzle to boot up our own helmet. This, where it was answer after the dot. The rest of it could spell out hope for bonus answer. Interesting. Yeah, that's exactly it. And the other reason is, I honestly don't care. Could you turn around for a moment? Tristitia stared at her in surprise due to the sharp change in topic. You're not going to stab me in the back, are you? No, I just want to see something I figured out earlier. Eh? Just gave in to the demand and turned around. Ava could see the back of his helmet, and had the same cool S that the me cards were plastered with. Interesting. I knew I noticed something when walking with the others before. I don't think anybody else pointed it out or noticed it yet. What is it? On the back of our helmets is a symbol. It's a weird S. I'm sure you've seen it before, haven't you? The one on the cards. Oh, that? Is that why you wanted to look at the back of my head? I've seen it drawn in random locations in the school, yeah. Actually, it's not only in this school. It's in every school. For some reason, all over the world, this symbol started being drawn by kids that had nothing to do with each other. What does it mean, you think? Normally, she's more annoyed than this. Does she find this topic interesting? I don't know. Honestly, I think everyone's wrong about it. Some people think it has ties to a superhero, but their symbol looks nothing like it. Others think it's a company's logo, but again, no ties. So it's completely unexplained. I never really paid any mind to it. I thought it was just a graffiti people were drawing everywhere. There's gotta be a reason. Anyway, let's keep searching. We can talk about it with the others later. It's just clearly related to our helmets. The two of them left the middle cylinder. Instead, Avarisha looked at the debris scattered around the middle area of the Crossroads. A lot of destruction here, isn't there? Do you know what happened here? Yeah. Don't you? The boy shook his head. Avarisha slumped her shoulders when she realized she had to talk about it. Now, even though she clearly didn't care. A bomb went off and destroyed all of Wing B with the cafeteria not long ago. A second one collapsed Wing C. Reminder that's the wing with the gymnasium. So the school closed for a while, and that's how there's no one around here now. Still, whoever kidnapped us really went in hard. They repaired so many walls and put in all these plates. And what of Wing D? Destroyed as well. The only one still standing is Wing A, because the bomb meant for it never went off. Is that the bomb that's in the pillar? That's why I'm thinking the bomb's here with us. Ah, that explains why she knows so much. I don't think anyone ever had classes in Wing D. What even was there, anyway? Honestly, I don't even know. Never gone there. Ah. This is starting to grate me now. Someone blew up the school and now we're stuck here. Can we move on? Their assessment is more or less correct. The only wing still standing is Wing A. And I guess the Crossroads is still standing too. Avarisha reached into a small hole in the debris to drag out a me card. He said something, but the signal grew weaker right at that moment. All of a sudden, frequency switched, interrupting the feed, which cut and restored to Ancora's helmet. And we're back. Cool, at least. Oh! Now, at this point, we're gonna do some lateral exploration, since we can't proceed any further in this video. So I've been kind of rumbling around with this puzzle for a bit, trying to figure out what the bonus solution would be. I'll show you what I got. We'll show you what the hints give us. Oops, I hit the reset button, not the hint button. So, hint number 1. Hint number 2 has an additional directive. A hint to the bonus. The middle is sorted by meeting order. Ancora. Although, I was trying to form words, which may have been where I was going wrong. Ancora, Superbia, Invidia. Luxuria, Gula, and... We may have to be cheeky and swap these out if we want to get the answer, but... this just occurred to me. Tristia, Avaricia, Ira. Luxuria, Gula, and possibly Pandora. If this doesn't give it to us, then maybe we swap out the P and the A, since we're not actually Ancora. Okay, that didn't... Don't think that gave us the bonus answer. Huh? Look, I kind of did. I assume it'll if we nail the secret solution, but it didn't seem to do that. So I must still be off somehow, but I think I'm on the right track. The remaining letters represent the 9 characters in the game. Little unclear how exactly they're meant to be sorted, but pretty certain that we're supposed to divide them into our 3 groups. Although we technically met Pandora first, before she put on her helmet and started playing Avaricia, or Ancora. Then we met Invidia, Superbia, Ira, Tristitia, Avaricia, Gula, and Luxuria. We might have to swap these, but... I didn't really get any indication of whether I was even close to getting the sort of secret objective for that second puzzle at all, so we're going to leave that go for now. Now, and here, our new directive, by 1, by 2, by 3, but never by 0. Now what I think this means is, in theory, even if we decide we want to sort all of our groups according to the number they're ending by, and then sort them in ascending order in those groups, if we send this, it fails, because we didn't move this piece. So I think this hint refers to move every piece by 1, by 2, by 3, but never by 0. And it makes sense if you look back at the original objective, sort. Sorting within groups, sorting into groups by the end digit, and sorting those groups by the end digit in ascending order. So we're thoroughly sorting. And that's it. And this video turned out a bit shorter, but unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but it's part of the game mechanic is that we can't actually change our choices on this given file. So we're stuck with our decisions are final in this particular case. We're locked into having hacked into Avaricia's helmet, and we're locked into our trust choices. I haven't tried, but to see if we can change our trust. No, I did try, and they were locked in too, because I talked to Luxuria, talked to Lux in this. And when you revisit this in the flowchart, it actually just runs right over it. Runs right through and auto-fills in your choices. And notice when you click on this, Trust 1, Trust 2, Trust 3. Wonder if that's an indicator of the choice we made. Talk to Superbia. Win with Trust 3. Which was Avaricia. And then Luxuria. So I'm not sure how these fill in, but yeah, if we run through the help here. So we can access any segment of the flowchart as you like, provided it has already been unlocked by playing through the game. The Go button is lit up. Some segments have trust requirements. To light up the Go button for those, must manage the choices preceding them and determine all of their outcomes. So essentially, I'm curious, let's just keep going. Once you enter a segment, all your chosen outcomes will be set for the remainder of the save file, regardless if they were set after or before the selected segment. Choices will only let you see them if you've experienced all their possible trust-changing outcomes firsthand. Only let you set them, pardon. Otherwise the button will be colored red. So once we run through and actually... I wonder, is that on one save file, or just throughout? If I start another save file and run through these choices, you can click through these. That's why these are red. This is the outcome we picked. So in theory, we can go back through here, adjust our values, and unlock other flowchart values. So, interesting. We have lots of thoughts to look forward to for part 3. As we dive into this section and prepare for our vote. So not only have we lost our mysterious 9th member, apparently we're also going to lead to someone else's death. The way this flowchart looks, it's interesting as well. We have one path that's obviously a bad end. We have one path that's on the shorter end, but looks like a bad ending as well. Then 2 paths are going to branch the story significantly. It's interesting. So we'll see what happens as we delve deeper next time. Remember, leave a comment if you enjoyed. Check out the link in the description. Monday the 27th, I'll be drawing the winner. And I will personally gift the winner a copy of this game. And provided, if these videos do outrageously well in terms of views and the like, there might be more codes to give away. We shall see. It seems like we're all starting to come to terms with the fact that we were, in fact, members of my emptiness, run by Pandora. So unclear just how much we've lost in terms of memories. We clearly remember that. That's come back to us. And I'm sure each character remembers the crime they committed. Which, I don't know if that's a requirement, or an end result. At any rate, that'll be all for part 2. When we return, the game will have been released fully, so I will be delving further into the first vote and we'll see how the story goes from there. Until next time, until then.